guys, it's the Black Shadow here, and welcome to my very first review on a cartoon. Now, as you can see today, we are doing a review on Kirby Right Back at Ya. So, you may be wondering, well, what the heck is this show? And it's okay to say something like that because, while I'm sure it was very popular back then, not a whole lot of people even talk about it. Heck, I'd even be surprised if I found like a top 10 best or worst episodes list. But I saw this show, and it was really, you'll find out today. So basically, you may be wondering, well, what's this show about, and where did it come from? So, Kirby Right Back at Ya is based off a video game series called Kirby. Do I even need to explain him, like what Kirby is? Well, I guess I will. The Kirby games are these very easy, actually, games that you're playing as a character named Kirby, and he can swallow his enemies and get their abilities, and they're called copy abilities. So, you may be wondering, well, how can that turn into a show? Well, in about 2001, or I think it was, Nintendo was like, oh hey, which show should we turn into an anime first? Oh hey, let's pick Kirby. So then, in 2001, in Japan, the brand new Kirby anime released under the name of Kirby of the Stars. And I think it was pretty well received. So then in 2002, they decided to bring it over to America. And who brought it to America? Or who, aired it? The 4Kids people! Or at least I think they supported it. So, what is the story of this show? Well, it involves this Star Warrior named Kirby who lands on a planet named, I think it depends on where you live. I think it's Dreamland in the Americas. So, he lands there in one episode and he attacks monsters that are summoned by King Deity through a teleporter that is owned by a man named, well, we never hear his name, but he's an NME salesman, or Nightmare Enterprise salesman. NME is just it for short. So, that is the plot for I guess kind of the plot. I'd say that probably the main plot is about these two characters named Tiff and Tuff. Tiff is a girl. The girl character. Tuff is the boy character. They're kids. They're like brother and sister and become Kirby's friends. Tiff is the annoying one. She's always trying to tell everyone, oh, don't do this. Tuff is the useless one. He does absolutely nothing for the first 16 episodes or something. But they're still good characters. Well, for the most part. And this show kind of focuses more around them than Kirby because, well, first of all, Kirby doesn't really act like the way you'd think he would. Instead of him acting all smart and powerful and stuff, he basically isn't. They describe Kirby as a baby in this show, which I'm honestly fine with that. And he can't even talk, and since Tiff and Tuff can talk, the show kind of focuses towards them more. So what do I think about the characters in this show? Well, some of the characters are just smaller characters from the Kirby games and have a bigger role, or completely original characters, like Tiff and Tuff. Oh yeah, there's also this one bird named Tikori, and yeah, he's basically just a jerk to Kirby throughout some of this show. Now, what do I think of the episodes of the show? I think most of the episodes are really good. They usually range from great to okay. In fact, the worst episode I've seen was like kind of like between meh and really bad-ish. So there is technically two types of episodes. The first type of episode is just a fun episode that anyone can watch. It's just really fun and all, you know. Like there's a lot of action, funny jokes, and stuff like that. But then there are other types of episodes where they try to teach a lesson. And honestly, I mean, they're not bad. Well, most of them anyways. But if you compare them to the regular episode, there's a severe drop difference in quality, I guess. And I noticed three main things that happen with these lesson episodes. One, they for some reason always involve either Tiff being really bossy to everyone, or Tiff just being a flat-out idiot. Second of all, King Dedede just turns into the dumbest moron ever. Like, okay, like in a normal episode, he'd try to like do stuff like, oh, I'm the king and I have control over you. But in these episodes, he's an idiot. Like, for example, in that episode where there's an asteroid about to hit Dreamland and everyone's all scared, like, oh no, what are we going to do? But wanna what King Dedede's doing? He's just frolicking around, doing nothing, playing with skateboards and stuff like that, you know? And third of all, some people do have this problem, but I mean, they just try to push and push the lesson. Like, they will not stop trying to tell you the lesson constantly and constantly over again. Probably the biggest example is from an episode called Trick or Trip. In fact, it's one of the episodes that I really want to do a review on. Not because it's good, but you'll find out. What do I think of the humor in this show? It is hilarious. Like, some episodes may go the whole episode, I guess, without having like a laugh out loud joke, but then we have those episodes where they're just joke after joke that almost never misses. Like, for example, there's this one episode called Cartoon Buffoon. Yeah, it's about where everyone in Cappy Town tries to, like, they try to do stuff like they try to make a cartoon, basically. And there's just a ton of really funny jokes in this episode. It's one of the episodes they teach a lesson, but this time it actually works. Oh yeah, have I mentioned what the townspeople are? They're Cappies. There are many types of Cappies and side characters. I mean, take Wispy Woods. He's not a Cappy, but I just thought I'd bring him up. He was a bad guy in the games, or at least most of the games, I think. Well, in this show, he's a good character. The first episode he appeared in, I'm not going to spoil it, but let's just say that he was tricked by King Dedede and into thinking that Kirby, Tiff and Tuff, and even Corey tried to light him on fire, which I'm not going to spoil the episode, but it's a pretty good episode. It's one of those lesson episodes, but it doesn't revolve around the lesson as much as the other episodes. And you know something? Like, it's usually just only like the first few episodes that mainly revolve around Kirby, and I'm fine about that. Oh yeah, the action scenes. What do I think of the action scenes? They're really cool. Like, they're cool, you know? Like, what do you expect from action scenes from a Kirby? Like, of course they're gonna be cool. Well, you know the copy abilities that appeared in the games? Well, they're back. And now when Kirby gets a copy ability, there's a cool transformation. And I like that there's like a cool transformation. Like, for example, Fire Kirby, which is the first copy ability he gets, there's like this cool transformation of some kind of green gem being made that goes on some kind of hat that Kirby wears, and then like there's fire sizzling from the hat. It's really cool. Also, back to the characters. For some reason, like, there are characters that are really like, they have a bit unique accents compared to the rest of the characters. Like, for example, Meta Knight has a southern accent. King Deity has, wait, hold on, it's King Deity that has a southern accent, and Meta Knight has a Spanish accent. Oh yeah, Meta Knight's pretty cool, and Meta Knight's in this show. So overall, what do I think of Kirby Right Back at Ya? Well, this is one of my favorite shows of all time, without a doubt. And I could even mention everything in this video, you know, there's still so much cool stuff. Like, the theme song is really good. Most of the side characters are good. Overall, I highly recommend watching this show. I'm the Black Shadow, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye. Oh yeah, I'm going to be doing a review on the first episode soon, so yeah, goodbye!